I just got off a 5-day live stream job, like 12 hours a day. It was a lot, and it was a bummer because I am on my way to Colorado, and so I don't know that I am as organized as I could have been because I just didn't have time to mess about with my gear. I mean, I put it all in a pile before I started this job, and I hope everything is there because I don't know. I'm not feeling confident. But anyway, here's the plan. I am going to go to Corinth, Mississippi to Lakeside Motors, and my buddy Brent that I've never met, but I'm about to. He's the parts manager there. I think he's the parts manager. And they've got a really cool motorcycle museum that I've seen online, but I've never been to, and I'm psyched to go to check that out. So I'm gonna do that. And then the way I met him is after the TAT, he may have been reading the ride report on ADV Rider or watching the videos, I'm not sure. But anyway, he contacted me because I think in one of the videos I had mentioned that I really wanted to try and interview Sam. And you know, this was back in 2021. And he contacted me, he's like, hey, I'm friends with Sam, I can maybe help you get that set up. And so Corinth is about 7.5 hours from me, so we were gonna do a Zoom call and an interview like that. I talked to Sam a couple times on the phone, and he said he seemed into it, but I'm not sure that Zoom was his jam, really. It didn't seem like that was a good way for him to do an interview. So it never happened for whatever reason. But I never quite gave up, and I kept in touch with Brent. And actually, I talked to Sam another time. I think Brett, the guy who saved me in Arkansas, saw Sam just randomly somewhere and put me on the phone with him for a second. And anyway, here's the thing. When I was researching the TAT, when I first heard about it, you know, I wanted to know about Sam. I wanted to know what his deal was, and there's not a ton out there. There's a good Car and Driver article. There's a good article in the New Yorker from like 2014 or something. There's one sort of grainy video interview that's actually, it's good. It's a good interview. There just wasn't a ton out there, and I feel like people are really intrigued by Sam. He's kind of a mystery man, and I think a lot of people, you know the general story. He went out and made this route in the 80s because he wanted to ride dirt instead of pavement. But I just wanted to see something a little more in depth, a little longer. Just get some details out of the guy. And one thing I can tell you just from talking to him on the phone, and he's just cool, man. He's a serious legend, and everybody who rides the TAT owes a really great debt of thanks to him. And so I'm psyched to be able to thank him in person and just get some info on what the hell, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to Corinth, Mississippi. I hope it works out. It still might not, but I think it might. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to hang out at the museum. I'm going to meet Brent. I'm going to meet Sam. I think we're going to go to Brent's Bunkhouse, which I'll tell you more about later when I find out more about it. And Brent offered to let me stay there. I think he's going to grill us some meats. I'm not vegan anymore, by the way. I'm vegan at home. That's the new rule. So anyway, I'm psyched for that. I'm psyched to hang out with these guys a little bit. Then the next morning, I'm gonna get up and drive 15 hours to Trinidad, if I can make it. And I'm just gonna have to make it. and maybe I'll stop a couple hours out at Trinidad and sleep, and then get up and drive there. So anyway, I'm gonna get to Trinidad and get this bike off the truck and ride south into New Mexico, through New Mexico, down to the Texas border on a route that I made up. I have no idea what it's gonna be like. And then I'm gonna ride north on the New Mexico BDR. And then I'm gonna split off northwest, head up to Silverton. Gonna get on the $1 Million Highway. And then I'm gonna go across, my plan is to go across Stony Pass. It's a pass that I haven't really seen much about. So I think it's a fairly easy one. I better not say that, so who knows, but it looks cool. Then I'm gonna head north to Lake City. So Silverton, Stony Pass, and then north to Lake City. Then I'm gonna do a slab to the north and around to the $1 Million Highway, headed south through Ouray, is that how you say it? Ouray, and then back down to Silverton. That's like supposed to be the best section of the $1 Million Highway. And then I'm gonna hop on Sam's track, headed east. So I'll do California Pass, maybe Corkscrew Pass. I'm not sure about that. A lot of this depends on snow. I think they're about to open, and so I've got my fingers crossed that these passes will be open, because it seems like there's quite a bit of snow up there, as there is every year. So anyway, maybe Corkscrew, then California Pass, then Cinnamon Pass. We did Engineer on the TAT, which isn't Sam's route. Cinnamon Pass is Sam's route. So I'm gonna do it in reverse and do Sam's route. Then I'm gonna do the TAT in reverse all the way to Trinidad, back to Trinidad. And all this depends on, time. I have 3 weeks carved out, including travel time. So I should have plenty of time to do all that, unless things go wacky, which of course they will. I'm committed on this ride to chill out. For some reason on these long rides, I just get into like pound the miles mode, and I'm trying to not do that. I want to meander, I want to putter, I want to take my time, I want to just fuck around. You know what I mean? Now, when I'm actually on the bike and riding, that could all go away, but that's what I want to happen, and I'm really gonna make an effort to chill out and not rush, that's just my MO, and I don't know why. I just get on the bike and I ride for 10 or 12 hours, and I just pound the miles, and it's great. I mean, I take plenty of breaks. I like stop the bike in the middle of nowhere and just enjoy the coolness of it all. But I don't know. I want to do less miles per day. I want to chill out. I want to, not stress about setting up camp and all that stuff. And so anyway, that's the plan. I have stolen my wife's Tacoma to make this trip. She's not happy because she hates my Prius. She hates it. She likes a big fat car. I think she just feels safer. And I've got the bike on the Moto Tote in back. It's a little nerve-wracking, but not really. The Moto Tote is pretty solid. The only thing I'm worried about is my strapping skills. I think it's good. I did use the strapping it below the fork so there's no compression on the front. I know some people are very pro doing that. Some people are like, it doesn't matter, just use the handlebars or whatever and compress it a little. I don't really think it matters either, but it feels solid, and I think it's good, and hopefully the bike is still on the back when I get where I'm going.
All right, haven't even started yet, and the bike's in the shop. It wasn't starting, and all the dudes here at Lake Hill are totally helping me out. Gonna get a new battery, I think. And dude, super cool guys here. I'm gonna show you around the museum real quick too, when I get a chance. And the guy who's my contact here, Brent, his actual name is Homer. Homer gave me a great tour of the motorcycle museum at Lake Hill Motors, but the shop was pretty loud and the audio wasn't great, and it's tough to hear what he's saying on the video. So I'm gonna try to give you the nickel tour and try to tell you some of what he told me. They had many Honda CB750s, and quite a few of them are the rare sandcasted versions. I think the CB750 is somewhat of a fetish at this place. Homer has a restored 1974 CB at his house too that you'll see later in this episode. No one knows where the Captain America bikes from the original Easy Rider movie are, but this bike was used in the 2012 Easy Rider 2. It's about as close as you can get. The red and yellow is a Billy bike replica purchased from the Mid-America Museum. Again, not the original, but just about as close as there is. This is a Dick Mann 750. Dick Mann was a pro rider, 2-time winner of the AMA Grand National, and an inductee to the Motorsports Hall of Fame. These crazy guys who ride what they call critter bikes took old late 60s Honda 350 Dreams across the Tat and down to California. Homer and Dwayne rode with them as far as Oklahoma to keep an eye on them.
We were out in Oklahoma, and this guy had lost his points cover, and when it would rain, it just wouldn't run, pipe. So we had to fix that. Heated the pipe up and put the skull can to make the indention to clear the plug cap. Made that and went to the parts store, got some siliconed it on there, and then safety wired it on. And that was 10 or 12 years ago, and the guy's still running it.
You're kidding.
Yeah, still running the skull cover.
Here are two 50cc Honda MB5s, only in production for 1 year in 1982. This white one is a Honda Super Sport 125. Dwayne came in second at Daytona on this bike. Here's a Spanish Osa next to a Doodlebug, which I think Homer said was Dwayne's first motorcycle. Here's a close to perfect CBX. This is a Suzuki X6 Hustler. Here's a Bridgestone motorcycle. Bridgestone built motorcycles from 1952 to 1970 and then decided to concentrate on the tire business. Here's a nearly mint 1954 Honda Dream E. This was available only in Japan. I need this bike. Check out the reversed levers. I'll take one of these too, a water-cooled 2-stroke 1937 Scott Flying Squirrel. I mean, I've never heard of some of the models of bikes that are in this place. Here's an early 80s Honda Turbo CX500. Homer said that there were several turbo bikes that came out in the early 80s. Here's another Sandcast CB750. I asked Homer why the Sandcast versions are so rare, and this audio is actually kind of decent.
They were still dialing everything in, and with the Sandcast, you could make changes faster. You didn't have to, once you build a die and all that, that's a lot. The die stuff is quicker to build, and they didn't know how the bike was going to do. And of course, you know anything about motorcycle history, you know how the bike did. It busted everybody's ass and just sold like hotcakes. So after 7,000 of them, you know, they could build just a few a day. And then after they went die cast, they could move them out a lot quicker. But you know, the Sandcast stuff, it's probably a little more porous, and it's not, you know, it's not as good, but that's the ones that are valuable because there's just 7,000 of them.
And here's the Sam section of the museum. This is the Honda XR 600 that Sam used to scout and plan the Trans-America Trail. And Homer told me about this movie that came out called The Road Less Traveled. It was like a documentary-style movie of two brothers doing the TAT. They flew Sam out to Hollywood for the premiere and everything. It was like a big-time real movie. I've tried, and I can't find anything but a few trailers online. I would love to see this film. And they even had a Honda Trail 70 in the same color as the one that started it all out for me when I was a little kid. There's just no way to tell you all the things that are in this museum. You've got to just go there. And maybe if Homer has time, he'll give you a little tour. He had all sorts of stories that go with some of these motorcycles and the memorabilia that's in this place. Definitely go check this place out if you get the chance. Okay, dudes, I'm on the way from Lake Hill. I just had a tour of the museum. Homer just has hooked me up in a major way. He helped me replace the battery. I'm so glad that last night I put the bike on the ramp, and it started a little weird, and so just on but it started, and I got it up there and it was fine, and I'm like, it's just being weird. But then at a gas station, just for the hell of it, I tried to start it and it was dead. So they totally hooked me up. I bought a new battery. Homer totally put it in for me. I mean, just the nicest people. Everybody at the store is awesome. I met a bunch of people, and you got to stop by Lake Hill Motors if you go by this area. It's really cool. The museum's, I mean, there's some sick bikes in there, and lots of history. Dwayne, the owner, I mean, I think the place started in '68 or something like that. It might even be earlier than that, but anyway, lots of history, lots of racing stuff. I'm not too familiar with that world, but super interesting, super cool, and some crazy bikes. So check it out if you get a chance. And Sam stopped by, met Sam. We were talking about the Royal Enfield. He just got the Honda 150, and he was talking about a side-by-side he just got. What a cool guy. And anyway, we're on the way to Homer's place. I'm gonna set up for the interview, and hopefully I don't ask any offensive questions or piss Sam off, because I really don't want to do that. But anyway, I'm psyched, dudes. I'm psyched. It's been in the works for 2 years, and it's gonna happen, I think. I think we're close, and it's very exciting. Very exciting.
If you're riding the Trans-America Trail or find yourself anywhere near Corinth, Mississippi, you should definitely add a waypoint for Homer's Bunkhouse. If you need a good night's sleep, a place to relax, and a fully equipped shop to work on your motorcycle, this is the spot to head for. The bunkhouse itself is just off the shop but fully separated and features 4 comfortable beds, its own bathroom and shower stocked with towels and anything else you might need, and most importantly, after a day of riding through the heat of Mississippi, there is air conditioning that cannot be beat. The accommodations are immaculately clean and well appointed, and better than any motel you'll find. There are also areas to relax, to grill, to make coffee, to pet the dogs, and generally recuperate after a long day of riding. The bunkhouse also features a full shop and every tool you could imagine. Homer is also the parts manager at Lake Hill Motors and can acquire just about any part you might need for repairs. And if you have the time, head a few miles down the road to Lake Hill Motors to see their amazing motorcycle museum. As an added bonus, Homer is a longtime friend of Sam Correro, the creator of the Trans-America Trail, and has vast knowledge of the route and many motorcycle stories to share. The rates are pay whatever you think is fair, so stop by and enjoy the generous hospitality of Homer and his wife Angie.
Dudes, it's early and I'm up and at 'em. I gotta make it to Trinidad and it's about a 15-hour drive. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in a day, but I'm gonna try. Last night Homer let me stay at his bunkhouse, and Homer is the parts manager at Lake Hill Motors. And yesterday was pretty incredible. I got here at 1. Homer helped me fix the battery on my bike. Everybody in the shop, it was like just super cool. Met a bunch of guys and that work there, and met Dwayne, the owner, and the history of the place is incredible. The motorcycle museum is sick, and then we came out here and shot an interview with Sam that went well, and I hope Sam's going to be happy with it when it's all over with. I don't think stuff like interviews is Sam's favorite thing in the world to have to do, but he was super gracious, and he really, I mean, you can tell he's very passionate about the tat and what he's done, and it's incredible what he's done. I mean, it really, really is. And if you've done the tat, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't and you're going to do it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. It's just an incredible route, and the fact that he spent, you know, half his life or more building it and upgrading it and updating it, it's just it's a monumental task, and he's just, I don't know, he's a legend, and I was really psyched to get to do that. Homer's Bunkhouse, put it on your map. Corinth, Mississippi. I'll put the details in the description and all that stuff. I mean, just what a generous guy, and him and his wife. This bunkhouse, just look at it. It's awesome. It's awesome. AC. I mean, it's brand new. It's super clean. There's four beds in here. A really nice bathroom. This place is great. It's great. Put it on your list. Make a stop. Go to the museum at Lake Hill Motors, and stay at the bunkhouse. You won't regret it. It's really cool, and you'll meet some cool people.
Dudes, Oklahoma is relentless. I'm almost through it. I'm gonna tell you that over 1,000 miles is too far to drive in one day, but I'm still working on it. I've driven, I don't know, I've got 350 miles left, and it says 5 hours, 45 more minutes. I left at 4. It's, what time is it? 3:45? I don't know if I lost an hour or gained an hour. I might have gained an hour. Anyway, it's far, dudes. It's so far. And I'm tired, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Trinidad, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. My dream would be get to Trinidad, get a crappy hotel, maybe even the same one me and Johnny Powell stayed in. Get up in the morning, or I could do this tonight depending on what time it is. Go to the police department parking lot, or no, go to the hotel, unload all my stuff out of the truck, get organized, get everything I don't need on the bike back in the truck, bring it to the parking lot, take the bike off, bring the bike back to the hotel, and then I can leave straight from there in the morning and hit the road. We'll see if that works out or not, but some version of that is going to be what happens. Maybe I don't know, maybe I just go to the parking lot in the morning and do it all there. I don't know why. I think it would be a little better to have my stuff in the hotel so I can get organized. But that's it. And Oklahoma, man, relentless again, just relentless. But I'm catching up on my audiobooks. I've got some Neil deGrasse Tyson happening, and he's confusing me, but I'm grasping some things that he says.
And I'm also catching up on 1 billion podcasts. And that's about it, man. I'm just driving like a madman. That's my whole deal. So I'll probably see you in Trinidad before I hit the hay, and then we'll start the ride tomorrow. Dudes, can you see my eyeballs? Oh, I am wrecked. I am wrecked. I've got to get into a bed and go to sleep. Oh my God, this is brutality. Oh, I don't recommend this. I don't recommend it. Why can't Colorado be closer to Asheville? I'm rethinking my stance on shipping and flying. I'm rethinking it.
Actors being filmed, so it's not live action as we think of.
All right, dudes, I'm at the lovely Tower 64. This is where we stayed the night before we met Steve. It was Johnny Powell's. It's where we met up here in Trinidad, and it's just as lovely as I remember. Total murders have happened in here. And that's about it. I'm gonna charge everything up, try to get a little organized, hope that stuff doesn't get stolen out of my truck, and we'll do it tomorrow for real. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, please like this video if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Also, if you're interested, there are links to gear lists and goofy t-shirts in the description. Thanks a ton for watching.